for Champions League. The draw takes place today with Pot 1 holding only the reigning champions, Paris Saint-Germain. Unlike, of course, when you look at when you look at what we had in the past, where the very best in previous seasons, Europa League winners, Champions League of Europe's top 6 leagues were guaranteed places in Pot 1. The new system bases all seedings on UEFA's club coefficient rankings. Now, for the second consecutive season, the traditional group stage has been scrapped. Instead, we will have 36 clubs. They will compete in a single league phase, each playing 8 fixtures against teams drawn from 8 different pots. Now, the top 8 qualify directly to the round of 16 positions. 9 to 24 phase playoff knockouts, while 25 to 36 are eliminated outright with a no Europa League safety net. This format reshapes Europe's top club competition entirely. Now, joining us to talk about this and the draws to expect later today is a sports journalist in the United Kingdom. Robert Wheeler joins us. Robert, thank you very much for waiting and joining on today's edition of In the Game.
Thanks for having me on again.
All right, Robert, today being Thursday, we have the Champions League draw with only Paris Saint-Germain in Pot 1 this season. How do you think the shift to club coefficient rankings will impact the balance of the Champions League draw?
Well, I guess we'll find out at 5 o'clock. I mean, yeah, PSG, they've won it last year. I mean, it's all about getting through the group stage, and then it's straight into the knockout. So I'm not sure it'll have too much of an impact on who we see in the last stages of the competition.
All right, let's look at, this is the second season in a row the group stage has been scrapped. Do you think fans and clubs have fully embraced the league phase format?
I think so. I guess as football fans, we often don't like change, but I think this is one that has been a positive. I think in the old group stage formats, there are often a lot of dead robbers at the end of it, and bigger teams didn't face each other until the latter stages of the competition. And I mean, last season, we had Man City nearly being knocked out in the league phase, so I think it's definitely made it more exciting.
All right, the new system eliminates the Europa League fallback for third place teams. How does this change the stakes for clubs traditionally fighting for survival in Europe?
I think it's a good thing. It was kind of a bit unfair on the Europa League to have the top teams from, well, not top teams, but teams from the Champions League who are knocked out go straight into their competition. So I think it's fairer for European football as a whole that the Champions League teams don't drop now into the Europa League.
All right, Damilo, let me bring you into this conversation. Some are saying that the Champions League has become boring, where, there are games that you probably will see in the quarterfinal stage. You get to see them very early, maybe PSG and a Bayern Munich kind of game, which usually comes up around the round of 16, the quarterfinal, or maybe the semi-final. And the glamour is no longer there. You get to see any kind of game or games that are very tough being played early. Do you share this sentiment, or you feel this format is the best compared to what we used to have?
I don't share that sentiment. I absolutely love this format. How can you say you are waiting for amazing food in the latter stages, and because of that, you don't want to eat good food in the group stages or in the league phase, as the case may be? I'm really excited, because what that means is all those 9 teams in Pot 1 right now, based on the UEFA coefficient ranking, are all going to play 2 matches against fellow Pot 1 teams. So we're going to see so many blockbuster matches, and we could see many more of them. There are over 100 games in the Champions League. I want to see as many quality matches as possible. So I really, really applaud UEFA for this new league phase format.
All right, Robert Wheeler, let me come to you. Damilo has just talked about what he thinks is fair and okay. Some are also saying that, when you look at the Champions League, for instance, last season, teams that finished in the top 8 progressed to the next round. We had teams who coefficient were very strong, but they failed to qualify due to the teams they played early on. Do you think that this is the best way to get the very best out of football clubs in Europe? Is it fair, or we should resort back to the formal way we always had it, from the group stages to the round of 16 quarterfinals and then on to the finals?
No, I don't think we should revert back to that. I guess it is the Champions League, and it actually gives it a league format. Before, it was just like any old major competition, having a league format. I mean, Liverpool tops the league. You can kind of see who are the best team in Europe from the league phase, really. And then it goes into the knockout stages. So, yeah, I don't think we should. I think, yeah, we often don't like change, I've said, as football fans, but I think this is one where I think we should stick with this.
All right, Robert, I want to say a big thank you. But I would like to get your thoughts. I mean, yes, we've gone past it, but Manchester United losing to a 4th-tier team Do you think a day like this will ever happen in the world of football?
Yes, I think in English football, I think it's a really strong pyramid. I mean, we've even got professional teams in the 6th tier. I mean, they're a football league side, League Two, Grimsby Town. I think English football is really strong, and in the competitions like the League Cup and the FA Cup, we see lots of shocks, and this is one of them, and possibly the most embarrassing defeat in at least Man United's modern history.
All right, I must say thank you, very big thank you to you, Robert Villa, for your time. I look forward to you joining us again. Thank you very much for joining.